What's going on, everybody? Shadowman here once again, and I got a brand new GTA Mount Chiliad mystery video for you. Now, what I'm going to talk to you about today is something that I haven't really found any information on. And this is something that I kind of need a little help from the community. If there's anybody that has any information about what I'm about to show or anything like that, please share it in the comment section down below. Now, the whole point of this video is we're going to be checking out the different graffiti that's going on down here in Los Santos. Now, a lot of it is I believe just kind of humor, references, some pop culture references, some just Rockstar itself. But there's a few other things that I feel are really symbolic that we need to kind of discuss. There's one thing. So, bubble. See that? That is a tag that you can see all over the map. You can see it all over the place. See right there, it's again bubble. Cab. See, and I try to look this kind of stuff up online. I'm not seeing many references kind of explaining what these really are. Now, right here. This is when it starts getting meaty. Now, we all know that Solo is actually the rap name of the voice actor that plays Franklin. Now, we know also that on Mount Chiliad, there are red X's displayed on the mural. Okay? Red X is right there, which we'll get to a lot more of those down the tunnel right here. One theory I'm starting to have, and something I'm going to be testing out in story mode, is actually taking Franklin down in this tunnel from this entrance right here. Now, I have a feeling there might be a specific time of day, potentially a specific weather type, that I need to align with for that experiment. And you see there how there's two arrows. There's a black arrow and there's a red arrow. The red arrow is below the red X that's crossing out what looks like 4th Street. And then there's like a 69, an arrow down, and then another red X. And a red X marking out this right here. I'm having trouble even making that out. But you see there's of course, Solo is referenced many times. I think that is mostly because of the voice actor that played Franklin's, it's his, his rap name, and I think they're just referencing that on some levels, but then again, there might be some symbolism of or some indication about what you're supposed to do with Franklin. But you see, once again, there's that same thing, and it almost seems like, you know, if you looked at it, it pretty much just looks like, hey, maybe there's like a certain gang that put up a tag, and then another rival gang, you know, took the same color paint and then X'd over theirs, and then put an arrow down to their tag, and then the other people put an arrow down to the X. I'm not sure, but I feel like this is instructions, like almost a way to decipher this. But at the moment, I'm still not sure. I'm still testing stuff out. But then here's another thing. Okay, so you know that texture, that mirrored texture that we have that happens like in the cable car in Mount Chiliad, and there's also in it's at the cemetery on the graves. There's a bunch of places where there's this texture that's almost like a mirrored image. And if you look right here along this support, you'll see that same kind of like mirrored image, almost like a totem pole with little faces in it. And what's crazy is, look, this one right here, it kind of looks like a bull. Even has little red indentations and coloring for like horns, and then a nose and nostrils. This guy's just chilling out. This is fascinating because last time I was here, this guy wasn't here. But he seems like he's just chilling out. What's he got in his hand? It's like a bagel. Donut. I wonder if he's here in story mode. You see, once again, look at that. See, that can't be necessarily a glitch. If... Oh my god, look at that. You actually have the horns again. Oh, sorry, bro. There is, once again, the face that's like almost like a bull's head. And then you got horns. And then you actually have a red X over one of the horns. Letting you know, to my opinion, that this is not an accident. This was not just a texture thing that happened because they mirrored, like a texture mirroring, just so they could save, you know, on pixels and stuff to create this image and create this structure. Because why would they X out one part of there? And then we got more red X's over here. If you look at this, this has actually got that same kind of mirrored design on it. That's not over here. I mean, it's kind of cut off right in the middle, so I guess you wouldn't see it if it was there. So let's keep on moving, and we'll check out some more stuff. Like right here, more red X's, and it's actually over the word thief. Do you see that? And thief is another little tag that you see a lot.
You owe me $20. Okay.
Yeah, that mirrored thing, it actually happens on all of these supports. Yep. Like a little face right down there at the bottom. Alright, so let's go down here and get our car and...
I married a hot little piece of pupusa, but I kind of lost interest in it. For real?
Now, if anybody has any ideas about, or any information about what some of these mean, I imagine that some of them are pretty obvious and are possibly just little references and stuff that Rockstar does to certain things in the game, just extra detail. But I'm curious about the ones that aren't able to be explained yet, because I'm curious if there's encoded messages actually in the graffiti itself. Like right here. This is in a few places in the tunnel. Los 72 RSP. There's Los again. There's a symbol right there. This symbol right here. That's fascinating. There's like what you could say is like tornado, or I'm not sure what this symbol on this side is. But then there's 3 X's. 3 X's in black. Yeah, but on that other side you see the same kind of tag crossed out, pointing to another tag that is pointing down to another tag that's crossed out. And the colors, I think, are very important. Oop, I passed. There's some more right there. Some more X's. Now, why are these in red? Why are these in red if it doesn't mean something? Especially having to do with the mural, because of the red X's on the mural. Now, something fascinating too. Do you see that in the sky right now? There's kind of this cloud pattern that's going across that kind of look semi like lightning bolts or something like that. It just reminded me of right here on the right side. See that? A zigzag kind of pattern. Reason I point that kind of stuff out is with my experience of playing the Grand Theft Auto games, there's usually nothing that's like coincidence. Like, they usually put thought into everything that's applied to the game. Let's get more red X's. And this whole area is littered with red X's. And nobody's talking about it. To me, this is important. More red X's. Okay, so we've pretty much gone over the red X's. They're everywhere. I believe they're telling us like how to decode the graffiti and stuff over here. But on to another tag that I want to talk about, which is OWL. Or OEL. Or however, whatever that's supposed to mean. Because that's another tag that's like put all over the map. And it actually that symbol right there actually seems to be pointing. Almost like it makes me think of a hand. You know, like the knuckles of a hand, and one finger is sticking out and pointing. Look at that. There's even an arrow. Is it pointing to right there? Salone? Or even like that yellow's crossing out almost the N? Is it still saying solo? Still referencing Franklin? Mellow. Well, and that's interesting. Something I just discovered was, I think this might be just like a little texture glitch, but you see how the tags themselves are not actually on the wall. They're like a hologram. Well, this part is. It's not even sticking to the wall. It's like it's elevated from the wall. Oh, not able to jump up there. Yeah, typically that's not something you see. I don't think. Yeah, because that's not kind of sticking off. Wait a second. But that is. So that's like a hologram. Okay, so we've gone over the X's, we've gone over the owl one. Now, tarp. No, LJT. Tarp. Now that's another one that is seen all over the place. I'm wondering if that's an anagram. Because I think I'm getting that right. Anagram. A word that can be a word that is like in code that you can switch around the words to find new words. Because I see, of course, there's either the word trap or the word part in there. Which to me makes me think of like the spaceship parts and stuff you had to collect before. Now I'm gonna check to see if these are floating textures. Because that floating graffiti thing is something I just discovered while making this video with you guys. Thank goodness the water wasn't too deep. Yeah, and the train. That fascinates me too, that the train runs through here when I have some theories about how the train is related to the Chiliad mystery. Especially because when I wrote it, I'm actually going to be I'm editing a video still that I'll be releasing that's about the train. I wrote it to just see where it passes by and where it stops, and it does stop. So check out my next video to find out where. Okay, so there we got thief again. And we have a yellow X. But there's also the word rocks. See, so there's so much when it comes to images and graffiti that's out here. And I think if we're ever going to really decipher this stuff, we need to catalog it. Pretty much get photocopies of everything when it comes to the graffiti. So we can also check out ways of manipulating the images to see if there's anything in there, like mirroring the images and different things like that. But as you can see, lots of red X's. They don't stop. I believe there's a lot of stuff encoded, a lot of information encoded here. Especially the the symbolism of red being important, I find fascinating that this bridge, where all of these red X's are, is also lit up with red lights. They are not breakable, by the way. I have tried to destroy the lights. Just an example. And they light up this bridge. Now, if you notice, on this one, there's not really that mirrored image design going up the center. Now, there's a little cutout, but if there was anything like that, you'd at least see it right down here. So it's not here. It's not on every bridge, which is fascinating. Now, there are entrances to the underground tunnels all throughout here. Huge amount of area. Now, I'll be going over that later on in a later video, deciphering and looking at the imagery over in there, because I think there's a lot of stuff still. And then there's the strawberries again. So overall, just wanted to bring this up. If anybody has any information, anything new they've discovered when it comes to the graffiti, or anything that I missed, please leave it in the comment section below. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure to smash the like button to support this channel and support more investigation and videos like this. And I will be making new videos throughout the week, so please subscribe if you haven't already to be notified of new content coming out on the channel. And until next time, you guys have a great day and night. I will talk to you later. Shadowman out.